On Tuesday, March 1st, Jacqueline and Trezell West were arrested in Bakersfield in the Orrin and Orson West case. They were charged with 5 counts, and I have the indictment here, and we're going to take a little look at it. Also, this morning, which is Thursday, March 3rd, Jacqueline and Trezell were in court for their arraignment, and they entered pleas of not guilty. The judge ordered them to be held without bail, and the trial was scheduled for May 23rd. But it said that because the defense counsel were just assigned, their date will most likely be postponed. Now, it's important to note that in the press conference, they talked about Orrin and Orson West. Their bodies have not been found. And they talked about how they believe that Orrin and Orson were deceased 3 months before they were reported missing, which makes it September of 2020. Let me know how angry you are in the comments. Also, in the press conference, they talked about how they received information a week after the kids were reported missing. That's where it ended up having the Bakersfield department involved. So because Jacqueline and Trezell were charged with the same 5 counts, I'm going to be reading the shortened version of it. Count 1 and 2 read the same, except 1 is for Orrin and 1 is for Orson. It reads, on or about September 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2020, Trezell West and Jacqueline West did with malice aforethought murder Orrin West, and then count 2 is Orson West, a human being in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, second-degree murder, a felony. It's further alleged that the above offense is a serious felony within the meaning of Penal Code Section 192.7. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West committed a crime that involved great violence, threat of great bodily harm, or other acts disclosing a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, or callousness within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. It is further that the victim, Orrin West and Orson West in count 2, was particularly vulnerable within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West induced others to participate in the commission of the crime or occupied a position of leadership or dominance of other participants in its commission within the meaning of California Rules of 421A. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West took advantage of a position of trust or confidence to commit the offense within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. Count 3 and 4 read the same, except 1 is for Orrin and the other 1 is for Orson. It says, on or about September 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2020, Trezell West and Jacqueline West did willfully harm or endanger Orrin West and Orson West, a human being in violation of Penal Code Section 273A, a felony. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West committed a crime that involved great violence, threat of great bodily harm, or other acts disclosing a high degree of cruelty, viciousness, or callousness with the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. It is further that the victim Orrin West and Orson West was particularly vulnerable within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West induced others to participate in the commission of the crime or occupied a position of leadership or dominance of other participants in its commission within the meaning of California Rules of Court 4.421A. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West induced a minor to commit or assist in the commission of the crime. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West threatened witnesses, unlawfully prevented or dissuaded witnesses from testifying, suborned perjury, or in any way illegal interfered with the judicial process. It is further alleged that the defendant Trezell West and Jacqueline West took advantage of a position of trust or confidence to commit the offense. Now to count 5. On or about December 21st, 2020, Trezell West and Jacqueline West did falsely report an emergency in violation of Penal Code Section 148.3, a misdemeanor. Now, if these guys are convicted, they are going to face 30 years to life for their murder charges. And the positive thing is, they will then not do this to any other child. Now, I've said this in my live stream, I've said this in my past videos. Jacqueline and Trezell, on December 21st, when they first reported to authorities that their children were missing, Trezell hopped in his van and went for 6 whole minutes and searched, and he did a little loop. and it was about 6 or 7 blocks. Came back, then called the authorities and stood around near a tree for 13 minutes. Notable, Jacqueline did not search for the children. They didn't even go next door to ask where their babies are. I'll have the playlist below. Be sure to take a look. It shows the timeline. It shows their ridiculous interview. And there are so many points now. I encourage you go back and take a look and really see, now that you know what's going on in here, that you can see what's going on in there. Check out the playlist here. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I love to go deep diving into these cases. Also, please like this video and share this out where you can. Now it's time to find the boys. Where are the boys? We'll see you in the next video.